Welcome to another class on algebraic process. In today's class, we're going to learn more on how to expand algebraic terms. Okay, let's start with the first question. We are asked to expand 2x plus y minus all into brackets 2x plus y. Please let me rewrite this bracket as this. Permit me to write it. Okay, now we're asked to expand this. Pay attention. The first step here is that we're going to deal with the terms inside the bracket first. Okay, so look at this. I'm going to have 2x plus y. Now this bracket has -1. You understand? Though the 1 is invisible, okay, but there is a -1 at the front of this bracket. You understand? So -1 multiplied by 2x, that will give me -2x. Do you understand? Okay, -1 multiplied by +y, that will give me what? -y. Do you understand? So I'm done with this bracket now. Do you understand? So I'm going to have this. Okay, now let us proceed. For this, I'm going to have 2x. Okay, so let us proceed. Though there is we are seeing a positive sign here, there is also an invisible one. You understand? So +1 multiplied by y, that will be what? +y. +1 multiplied by -2x, that will be what? -2x. And +1 multiplied by -y, that will give us what? -y. Do you understand? Okay, so for this we are going to have 2x minus 2x plus y minus y. Wow, this is one of the beautiful algebraic expansion that I've seen. This will give us 0. You understand? Okay, because 2x minus 2x is what? 0, and plus y negative y, that will be what? 0. So here I have 0. Now let's proceed to question number 2. We have 3a plus 2 all into bracket a minus 3a minus 2 all into brackets. Okay, we are asked to expand this. Don't forget, the first step is to deal with the terms inside the bracket. You understand? So for this, I'm going to have 3a plus 2 into bracket a minus. Now, you see, there is a negative sign at the front of this bracket. And because I have a negative sign, that means that this sign will multiply all the terms inside the bracket. You understand? So, though I'm only seeing a negative sign, there is an invisible one also. You understand? So, I'm going to have a -1. Okay? So, -1 multiplied by 3a. That means I'm going to have minus 3a. -1 multiplied by -2. I'm going to have +2. Okay? Okay, there is no need of this bracket again. So we are left with only this bracket. The aim of expansion is to remove barriers. You understand? Okay, the aim of expansion, don't forget, is to remove barriers. You see, we have how many barriers here? We have the first barriers and the second barriers. So the aim of this expansion is to remove barriers. Do you understand? Okay, so I'm going to have 3a plus 2 multiplied by a, 2a. 2 times -a, -6a. 2 times +2, that is what? +4. Okay, so now, is there any like term in this expression? There is. I have 3a plus 2a, that is what? 5a. 5a, okay, let's go. 5a minus 6a plus 4, that will give me what? -a plus 4, or 4 minus a. That's the answer. Okay, we have the third question. We are asked to expand 4 all into bracket a squared minus 3a into bracket 2b plus a plus 7ab. Okay, don't forget, the step is to first deal with the terms inside the first bracket. You understand? Okay, so I'm going to have 4 into bracket a squared. Now, the aim of expansion is to remove barriers. Okay, and barriers that we're talking about here is bracket. Okay, so we want to remove the bracket. For this, I'm going to have a squared minus 3a multiplied by 2b. That will be what? -6ab. -3a multiplied by +a. That will be what? -3a squared plus 7ab. Okay, close the bracket. Now, I've already dealt with the first bracket. Now, there is a larger bracket here, so I have to deal with it also. Okay, I have to deal with it also. So for this, I'm going to have 4 multiplied by a squared. That will be what? 4a squared. 4 multiplied by -6ab. That will be what? -24ab. 4 multiplied by negative 3a squared, that will be what? Negative 12a squared. Then 4 multiplied by positive 7ab, that will be what? Positive 28ab. Do you understand? The first step, I deal with this bracket. Then the second step, I deal with this bracket. Okay? Now, is there any terms that I can add together? Yeah, there is. I have 4a squared here. I have negative 12a squared here. 4a squared, negative 12a squared. That will give us what? Negative 8a squared. So I'm going to have negative 8a squared. Okay? I have negative 24ab here and positive 28ab here. Negative 24ab, positive 28ab. That will give us what? Plus 4ab. You understand? So I can write this as 4ab minus 8a squared. Okay? That is the correct answer. Now let's proceed to the fourth question. Okay, let's look at the fourth question. We are asked to remove the brackets. Okay? Now let's start. We are going to start from the term inside the bracket. You understand? So I'm going to have here 3 into bracket x squared. Now, negative 2x multiplied by y. That will give me what? Negative 2xy. So I'm going to have negative 2xy. Negative 2x multiplied by positive 3x. That will give me what? Negative 6x squared. Okay? Negative 6x squared. Now, I'm done with this bracket. Now, let's move to this bracket. For this, I'm going to have positive 3xy multiplied by 1. That will give me what? Positive 3xy. Okay? Positive 3xy multiplied by x. That will give me positive 3x squared y. Do you understand? I'm only having x here. X times x will give me x squared. 3 multiplied by x, that will give it 3x squared y. Do you understand? Okay? Now, I'm done with the bracket that is inside this bracket. Okay? I'm done with the bracket that is inside this bracket. Now, we can now proceed to open this bracket now. I'm going to use this bracket. I'm going to open this bracket using the coefficient that is at the front. You understand? The coefficient at the front of this bracket is what? 3. So I'm going to multiply all the terms inside the bracket by this 3. You understand? That is what we mean by algebraic expansion. You understand? That is what we mean by expansion. So I'm going to have 3 times x squared. That will give us what? 3x squared. Okay? So I'm going to have 3x squared. 3 times 2, negative 2xy. That is what? Negative 6xy. 3 multiplied by negative 6x squared. That will give me negative 18x squared. 3 multiplied by positive 3xy. That will give me positive 9xy. And 3 multiplied by positive 3x squared y. That will give me positive 9x squared y. Okay? Now, I have removed all the brackets. Let's see if we can collect like terms. If there are terms that are similar that we can add together. Okay? We have 3x squared, negative 18x squared, negative 6xy, positive 9xy, positive 9x squared y. Okay? Now, I'm going to rearrange this. Okay? 3x squared, negative 18x squared. That will give me negative 15x squared. Okay? Now, negative 6xy, positive 9xy. That will give me what? Positive 3xy. Then, I'm going to have 9x squared y. Now, this can be rearranged as this. I'm going to have 9x squared y minus 15x squared plus 3xy. Okay? That is the answer. Let's look at question number 5. We are asked to expand 2 minus 5 all into bracket a multiplied by a minus 2b minus into bracket a minus b all into bracket squared. See, the aim of expansion is to read all the brackets. You understand? Is to get rid of the bracket. So let's deal with the term inside this big bracket. You understand? Let's deal with the term inside the big bracket. So for this, I'm going to have 2 minus 5. Okay? A multiplied by a, that is a squared. A multiplied by negative 2b, that will be what? Negative 2ab. Okay? Now, I want you to pay attention. Let's deal with the second bracket. You see? If we have a minus b squared, this is also the same thing as a minus b, a minus b. Do you understand? Please, I want you to pay attention. This is simple, okay? I just took this, a minus b squared. This is the expression, you understand? So, let us deal with it. I'm going to have A multiplied by what? A multiplied by A minus B, and then minus B multiplied by A minus B. Just like the previous example that I did. You understand? You see, I just take this out, okay? So I want to solve this so that you can see. By the time I'm done, I'm going to write it back. Are you paying attention? So A minus B squared is also the same as A minus B multiplied by A minus B. You understand? So I expand it. I have A multiplied by all the terms in this bracket and negative B multiplied by all the terms in the first bracket. Do you understand? So for this, I'm going to have A times A is what? A squared. A times negative 1, that is what? Negative A. Minus B times negative B multiplied by A, that is negative BAB. Okay? No, I think something is wrong. Sorry. This should be A minus B. You understand? The first term, which is A, we multiply all the terms in the second bracket. That's why I have this. And the second term, which is negative B, we multiply all the terms in the first bracket. That's why I have this. Do you understand? So A times A is what? A squared. A times negative B, that is what? Negative AB. Okay? Negative AB. Please, do you understand? Okay? So for this, I'm going to have negative B. Okay, negative B multiplied by negative B, that is what? Positive B squared. Okay? For this, I'm going to have A squared minus 2AB plus B squared. Do you understand? That is the expansion of A minus B squared. Okay? Now, having known that the expansion of this is this, so let me put it inside the bracket. I'm going to have A squared minus 2AB plus B squared. Do you understand? So, you know, the reason why I brought this A minus B squared, I brought it out is because I want to show you how I got this. You understand? So, by the time I expand this, I arrive at this answer. Okay? And that's why I got it here. Do you understand? So, it's very simple. Okay? Now, let us proceed with our solution. For this, I'm going to have 2 minus 5 all into bracket A squared minus 2AB. Now, I'm going to open this bracket using this negative, okay? This is negative 1, though the 1 is invisible, you understand? So, I'm going to have negative 1 multiplied by A squared, that's what? Negative A squared. Negative 1 multiplied by negative 2AB, that will be what? Positive 2AB. And then negative 1 multiplied by positive B squared, that will be what? Negative B squared. Do you understand? Okay? Now, let us proceed. Having dealt with the brackets inside this big bracket, we can now use this negative 5 to open all the brackets, you understand? Because the goals of the expansion is to get rid of all the brackets in our expression, okay? That is why we call it algebraic expansion, you understand? Expansion of bracket that has terms that have both numbers and letter, you understand? So let's proceed. For this, I'm going to have 2 negative 5 multiplied by A squared. That will give us negative 5A squared. Negative 5 multiplied by negative 2AB. I'm going to have positive 10AB. Okay? Negative 5 multiplied by negative A squared. That will give us positive 5A squared. Okay? Negative 5 multiplied by positive 2AB. That will give us negative 10AB. Okay? Negative 5 multiplied by negative B squared. That will be what? Positive 5B squared. Do you understand? So from this point, we are going to collect like terms, okay? For this, I'm going to have minus 5A squared plus 5A squared, okay? Plus 10AB minus 10AB plus 5B squared, then plus 2, okay? Plus 2. Do you understand? Okay? This negative 5A squared and positive 5A squared, we cancel each other, okay? That will be 0. Positive 10AB and negative 10AB, that will be what? 0. So I'm left with what? 5B squared plus 2. That is the answer. Okay? Let's proceed to question number 6. Okay, we have question number 6. We are asked to expand 24P minus 2 multiplied by 3 multiplied by 5P minus Q minus 2 multiplied by P plus 2Q plus 3Q. You see, we are going to deal with this step by step. Okay, let's start by dealing with the bracket inside this big bracket. Okay, for this I'm going to have 24P minus 2, put this curly bracket. Okay, I don't know how to, let me just put the curly bracket. Okay, 3 multiplied by 5P, that is 15P. 3 multiplied by negative q, that is what? Negative 3q. Okay? Okay, let's put this call this. Okay. I think this is where the curly bracket ends. Okay, look at this. Pay attention. We have the larger bracket. This is the larger bracket. You understand? Now we have another bracket, which is what? This is it. Okay? And we have 2 small brackets. Do you understand what I just did? We have 3 brackets here. The first bracket is here. Okay? The second bracket is this. Do you understand? And the third bracket are these 2. Do you understand? Okay? Now, we want to deal with the smallest bracket, the 2 small brackets. That is the brackets inside this bracket. Okay? These are the 2 brackets. Do you understand? So for this, I'm going to have 3 multiplied by 5p, that is what? 15p. 3 multiplied by negative q, that is what? Negative 3q. Now, let us open this second smaller bracket by negative 2. For this, I'm going to have negative 2 multiplied by p, that will be what? Negative 2p. Abi? Negative 2 multiplied by positive 2q, that will be what? Negative 4q. You understand? And put the second small, put the bracket. You understand? Now, okay, let us have plus 3q. Okay, you see, when you are dealing with algebraic expansion, it is very, very important that you pay attention to how the bracket is arranged. Okay, you start with the bracket, the smaller bracket first. Let me just put it like that. You first solve for the smaller bracket. You understand? Then you proceed. Okay. Now we are done with the 2 brackets. Now we are now going to proceed with this second bracket. Okay. We are going to use the coefficient of this second bracket to open the bracket. The coefficient of this second bracket is what? 2. So I'm going to multiply all the terms here by 2. Do you understand? So let us proceed. For this, I'm going to have 24p minus, okay, put the largest bracket. 2 multiplied by 15p, that is what? 30p. 2 multiplied by negative 3q, that is what? Negative 6q. 2 multiplied by negative 2p, that is what? Negative 4p and negative 8q. Okay? So there is no need of putting this bracket again since we have already opened it by the coefficient. Now I'm going to have plus 3q. Do you understand? Okay? Now let us proceed. For this, I'm going to have 24p. Now I'm having a negative sign here. I'm going to use this negative sign to open the bracket. Though I'm only having a negative sign, there is an invisible one. You understand? So for this becomes a negative 1. Negative 1 multiplied by 30p. That is what? Negative 30p. Negative 1 multiplied by negative 6q. That becomes positive 6q. Negative 1 multiplied by negative 4p. That becomes positive 4p. And negative 1 multiplied by negative 8q. That becomes positive 8q. And negative 1 multiplied by positive 3q. That becomes negative 3q. You understand? So I've removed all the brackets. Now, having removed all the brackets, let's see if we can connect like terms. Yeah, we can. Look at this. We have 24p here. So I'm going to have 24p plus 4p minus 30p plus 6q plus 8q minus 3q. Do you understand? 24p plus 4p minus 30p plus 6q plus 8q minus 3q. Okay? Now, 24p plus 4p, that is what? 28p. Okay? So, 28p minus 30p. Okay? Plus 6q plus 8q. That will give us plus 14q. So, I'm going to have plus 14q minus 3q. Okay? Now, 28p minus 30p, that will give me negative 2p. Negative 2p. Okay? Plus 14q minus 3q, that will give me, that is plus 11q. Okay? So, I can rewrite this expression as 11q minus 2p. That is the answer. So, that will be all for this class. In our next class, we are going to proceed by solving series of past exam questions on these topics. Algebraic expansion. See you in the next class. To watch the next class, kindly check the description of this video. You are going to see a link there. Click on that link, or you should check the playlist on this channel. Okay? See you in the next class.